I'm Robert O'Hara. I'm a reporter on the investigative unit of the Washington Post. We've been looking at scores of resumes to take stock of the men and women the president is relying on to fill a whole multitude of jobs. Today, I'm focusing on a young man who is in an important job at the White House. His name is Taylor Weymouth. He's 24, and he's the Deputy Chief of Staff at the Office of National Drug Control Policy. According to the White House, the office is supposed to be playing a key role in the president's campaign against the opioid epidemic. In a recent speech, the president said he was going to draw on a wide variety of federal government resources.
We're going to do our job. We're going to get it going. We have a tremendous team of experts and people that want to beat this horrible situation that's happened in our country, and we will.
By all accounts, Taylor Weymouth's a bright, enthusiastic young man. After he graduated in May of 2016, his first job before becoming an appointee was with the Trump campaign. Taylor Weymouth came into the government early on with the Trump administration, taking a low-level job at the Department of Treasury. He then moved on to become what was known as a White House liaison for the Office of National Drug Control Policy, often known as ONDCP. What distinguishes him is that he moved up very quickly and became the Deputy Chief of Staff, which in the past is a job that's been held by others who have experience working with drug policy and managing staffs. To take stock of what this means and whether it's appropriate for a man with Weymouth's experience to be in this job, I reached out to former directors of the office in the Bush, Clinton, and Obama administrations, Gil Kerlikowske. He said without any hesitation that it really sends a terrible message on the administration's commitment to the war on drugs. Taylor Weymouth's background is problematic in other ways. He's submitted 2 resumes to the government over the last year and a half or so. And those resumes have inconsistencies. Seems to claim that he has a master's from Fordham University, but Fordham University officials say that he hasn't finished his coursework. Taylor's has another kind of experience in that as a teenager he worked for a family company called Nature's Chemistry. Taylor's stepfather, who owned the company and ran it, it turns out was involved in a conspiracy to import illegal steroids from China and package them and distribute them at the same time that Taylor was claiming that he was director of production. Taylor Weymouth was never charged with anything according to the federal records that we've looked at. Taylor's mother told us that he had nothing to do with the steroids conspiracy and that her estranged husband kept him away from the parts of the company that were involved in processing the steroids.
Families, communities, and citizens across our country are currently dealing with the worst drug crisis in American history.
You have a situation where the president is making this sweeping promise to confront this terrible opioids problem, and yet in this office it stands in kind of in relief or in contradiction to that promise, because you have an office that is in disarray and is being run in large part by a young man who has no experience making drug policy.